Well, there it is, all buttoned up, and the horn works, and that's how you put on another steering wheel. Well, we're on the AMX again. I've got this wheel that came on a car. I didn't like it. I did get it where turn signals worked, but I got all the stuff off of it. And I got this nice, pretty chrome wood one here. And one of the problems with this other wheel, that the turn signal would hit my hand. So I didn't want to fool around here, because I epoxied this turn signal business together. It was cracked. I didn't want to try to bend it, so I took it out, put it in a vise, and put that little kink in it. Should be about a ½ inch here. Put my wheel on. Yeah, see, I got 1.5 inches or so that I can turn the wheel without jamming my hand into the turn signal. So now I have to put this all back together and put in the electronics for the horn and insulate it so it don't honk the horn constantly. Let's see if I can set you up on a tripod here, and maybe you can get a little bit good light background there. Probably gonna mess you up, but now I've got this turn signal out and bent. I'm going to put it back in. I had to disconnect the battery because it was honking the horn, because this ring at the bottom right here is the power. So I've got the wheel and everything now. I've got it straight up with my mark for the wheel adapter. I made a spring here and a contact. This will go through the hole in the wheel. I'm going to just stick my nut on here for now. A little coffin here. That's good enough. Just hold the wheel, and I got plenty of room over here on this side. My hand won't hit the steering wheel at all, so we're good on that. Now, the way these things work, we have a insulator plate that goes on here, and I've got bolts that go through here. I don't know if you can see, but there's a spring that keeps the bolt off. So what I'm going to try to do is just put these in here for now. And I didn't have any springs, so I made the springs. It's really not Doesn't seem to want to start here. My wheel is not quite straight. But these, if I can get these bolts here started, that should make my wheel go on straight. Yeah, there we go. And if I can see that it's, I'm looking through my my wheel bolts here, and I've got the adapter plate and the wheel. They both rotate separate, so it's having a little trouble lining these bolts up. Now I got it started. So there's two. Now this one I'm going to try to get in here under this spacer, and then somehow get it down past that hole, and then get the bolt in it, which I did do. And if I can get this one started. Alright, we cut all that talking out of this video. Now that little, I don't know if you can see it there, but there's a little spring sticking out of right here. That's the that's a hot side electrical contact, and I've got and that rides on a thing inside, but I've got to get this spring hooked up to this plate that I'm putting on. Now these bolts here are just they're not really holding the wheel on per se. They're keeping it from rotating is about all they're doing. And oh wow, I got that all on and just realized that this has got to go under it. This is the part that contacts the spring, and leaves me a wire that goes on this plate here. So I'll pull this off and we'll try it again. Alright, I got my buttons out, got my contact plate here, and I have to pull the steering wheel off again and put this spacer plate under it. This nut is stripped just a little bit, that's why it's hard to get on and off. Alright, now what has to happen is this contact and spacer, what this does is go inside that spring. This whole wire and everything, the spacer. It's got to go. The spring is probably way too long, but it's all got to be pressed together in here. Inside the spacer, which I've basically got it, and I can hold it with a wire to some degree. Then all pushes in there, and then this goes flush against the adapter, and there's 3 holes plus a horn hole in this, so wire goes through the horn hole. And I'm going to try to get this on. There we go. Probably what I ought to do is put a little super glue or something on that. To try to hold it in. I was thinking about putting this washer on it, but the washer's missing it. Well, try to put this ring on it again. This time I'm going to see if I can stick a screwdriver through the hole. And there we go. Hold my little plastic piece on. Okay. Now I got that on straight. Then our wheel goes on. The wire goes through the wire hole, and that should leave me 3 mounting holes. Got that on. And if I can put my washer on and nut, this should clamp it down good enough to hold it while I put my 3 bolts in it. This impact is kind of turning everything around. Okay, that's good enough for now. Now I can go back to my horn button contact and take my screwdriver here and line the hole up. See if I can get a bolt in it. These are shoulder bolts. Yeah, that one started pretty good. And I've got another spring on this bottom 2 holes. So if I can take my screwdriver again, line up the wheel. Get my bolt started. This is a kind of a tricky deal. So the bolt is started. I'll tighten these up just a little bit to make sure they're going in. I don't want to tighten too much because I've got another bolt and a spring that goes in here. So I'm going to pull my lip up, get my bolt through it. Alright. And once I get the bolt started into the adapter, that looks pretty good. And then I can snug these 3 shoulder bolts up. I should have painted that cover here. It's black, and I'm going to paint all the interior brown. I probably should have painted it before I did that, but I can mask the wheel, I think, and get that done. Alright, that one's a little tight. That one's tight. That one's tight. Now that should be holding the wheel where I want it. And now I can tighten this big nut. Yeah, that's good. Now I've got about a 1/8 of an inch of movement here for the contact. Now I just realized that I've got a special horn button that came with this wheel. And what I've done is put on the contact for this big chrome one. I guess I should have looked through all of my stuff before I did this. Let's check out what is supposed to go in there. Now somehow in the joy of scattering parts everywhere, I lost the little horn button. It's out around here somewhere. Wonder if it's in that glove box. No. I've got tools and parts and junk all over in here. But this is a nice looking horn button. The problem is that somehow those little springs that I've got in there are contacting the wheel, so I'll have to pull these 3 bolts out, and I've just got a piece of tape behind this to insulate that spring. What I did on the other wheel, I taped it on the inside, but I'm going to go ahead and use this horn button. I'm just going to pull those 3 bolts because the wheel is down now. It's nice and tight, and this is what I was mainly after, was plenty of room here, and I got plenty of room. That's a nice wheel. It doesn't have the grain in it that I would have preferred. It's an inch bigger than the old one, but it's plenty good. Anyway, I'll make me pull this back off now, so these bolts will start again easily, and I'll try to insulate this horn contact. What it does, it's designed so when you press down on it, the outside of the plate contacts the metal of the wheel. But right now, like I said, if I see, it's okay now, but if I move it around, see, it's probably good enough. See, it's not contacting now at all. I took that all out and re-insulated it, and my horn button goes on like that. I've got a little spring here somewhere. I have to find that. Well, there it is, all buttoned up, and the horn works. And that's how you put on another steering wheel. If you got some value out of this, I hope you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye. By the way, my other wheel came. I went and got it mounted. See what they look like here in the front. That's the size that it was. And there's the back one. So I got both of the back tires on now. They're 8 inches wide. It'll spin them. Spins them good still, but it won't just smoke them like it did before. So that's a much better tire. And we're going to match that front end. And I really like the rake of the car now. I have to move on with more of my body work. The next project I'm going to do here is I'm going to have to cut this bumper off. I decided I'm going to take the bumper off. I'm going to match it real good here in the corners. I'm going to split it right in the middle and weld it so it's perfectly straight, and then I'll probably paint it. So that's an upcoming project.